I think what's on my mind is pretty simple. I listen to Bill there, and obviously Bill is so bright, and Owen. He always knows a lot about the market, and he's so bright, and so many others with all their knowledge is it's so important in the mortgage business. But then I think about myself, and then I think about the essence of what we do for a living. We are loan originators, and sometimes that word gets lost a little bit.
Mm,
Um, the true definition of originate is to go out and find someone that has a need to borrow money or someone that can refer you to a person that needs to borrow money. We have a lot of money to lend, and that's what we do for a living. I'm not sure we tell everyone that enough. I'm not sure that we attack our day every day enough. I'm not sure that the work we do isn't always going to be perfect, but when it's rooted in purpose, it creates a meaningful impact. How well defined is your purpose? How are we getting there and saying, oh, I have to work today or I get to work today? I'm humbled to be allowed to work in this industry. I think it's an absolute pleasure to be able to serve and to be able to help assist people with, one of the largest three decisions most Americans ever make in their life is to get married, have kids, and buy a house. And we get to play a leading role in that. And sometimes I talk to people, not sometimes, a lot of times I talk to loan originators and I feel this sense of burden, and I get it. I know it's a difficult market. I wasn't, born yesterday and I don't live under a rock, but I control the things I can control. And I find so often that people want to play the blame game and this and that and this rate and that program and that product and this processor and this. No, man, control what you can control. Do you literally? We have an awesome opportunity today. It's Monday morning, the start of an awesome week, wrapping up a great month, one of the better months we've seen in years. And we are helping more and more people with their dream. Are we viewing it like that? Do we get the opportunity every day to go out and assist someone in such a huge deal in their life and help create generational wealth and all the things that mortgages can do for a family? How are we viewing that? Or are we sitting there saying, oh God, this guy might call at 10 o'clock then. I think I have to meet that lady at 3. That's the wrong way, man. I don't know. If I were interested in increasing my income, I would ensure my attitude every day was all in. I would check my
mm.
ego at the door and I would control things I can control. You want to know what I can control today? How many people I'm going to call and how many meaningful conversations I'm going to have today. I can be crystal clear on the mission. I can remove distractions, which is the definition of focus, and I can go out and execute like a son of a gun. That is a choice. And we all have it right now. And the question is, what are you going to do with it? And I know it's not easy. I know some days this is the heaviest damn tool in the box. I get it. But I just choose to look at it differently. And I think about where I came from and what I didn't have 20 years ago and now what my life's turned into. And I know it's all because of what this industry has allowed me to accomplish. And I'm grateful for it. And so I think today should be a day of gratitude and a day of commitment. And I think back to like, look at what everyone on this call, I don't know how many people are here, a couple hundred, 300, whatever, but every one of them gets this for free. You get to start your morning off with 250 other like minded professionals who care as much as you do, who are willing to share, who feel like they're fishing in an ocean, not a pond. They're not hiders of information. They do things to help you, they lift you up. What a blessing. And not one of us, to the best of my knowledge, pays $1 to be on here today. That's a blessing. And we should absolutely attack it like it is. I saw a guy the other day in a video, really awesome guy named Eric Thomas. And it was just funny. I don't want to bore anyone with some long story, but it's pretty cool. A guy says to a guru, I want to be successful. Will you teach me to be successful? And he said, yeah, I'll teach you. Meet me at the beach at 4 a.m. The guy says, oh, all right. Meets this guy at 4 a.m. at the beach. And he says, come on, we're going to walk out waist deep in the water. And the guy said, no, no, no. I told you I want to learn how to be successful. I didn't come here to swim. And they went out waist deep. And then the guy says, keep going. We're going to go to neck deep now. They go to neck deep. And the guy's like, what the hell are we doing out here? I told you I want to be taught how to be successful. And he goes, I know, I know. Just one more minute. He goes a little further. And the guru dunks his head under, holds it down there for 20 seconds, grabs it by the hair, yanks it up, and says, what do you want more than anything right now? And he said, to breathe. And he said, when you want success as much as you want to breathe, that's the day you'll be successful. And I wonder if people have that commitment. Is that really what you want? And it's a good analogy of the truth of what it takes to really make it in there. You want to close 2 loans a month? You don't have to do everything that many people on here do. You don't have to be Vince Queen or Bill Devers. You don't have to be, you know, the guys and gals that go out every day and try to close 10, 12, 15 loans a month. But if you do want to be that person, you've got to instill a discipline in your daily routines that matter. You've got to have a mission that's well defined and actually means something more than money. Every guy or gal I know that tries to do this just to make more money doesn't make more money.
Hmm.
When the purpose is bigger than a monetary outcome, when it's for the greater good, when it's for something in your life that's different than just a Escalade versus a Tahoe, who cares? Doesn't matter. That doesn't change behaviors. What changes behaviors is a deep commitment to the greater good and something that is bigger than yourself. And I think, like, I remember the first day I ever met Dale Vermillion, who's an incredible guy that lives in the Panhandle area, Destin, Florida, and he always has a bracelet on that says "Others First." Are you living a me business or a we business or a them business? And that's a big difference. And the folks I know that have really made it make it everything about someone else, not about themselves. And that's when it really starts to change, in my opinion. And so to me, what I love about the fact that we live in this country, we get a choice today. There's not one person on here that probably has a boss that's calling them at 9:01 and saying, "What are you doing right now?" And that's kind of the hard part because we got to self motivate or get around spheres of people or groups that give a damn about each other and actually encourage and hold people accountable. Winners love accountability, losers hate accountability, right? Losers think accountability is a punishment, accountability is a gift. It's a gift if you can harness the actions of the day into something greater than yourself. And so for me, that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to try to go out there and change someone's life. I'm going to be crystal clear on my mission. I'm going to move forward on 3 to 5 conversations by noon today. I already have it written out. I already know what I'm doing today. It's not by happenstance. It's not like, oh, I might. It's not like, oh, if something doesn't derail me. The appointment with yourself today is more important than any other appointment you've got. Make it with yourself, focus, remove the distraction, and do something. And that is something we get to do, not have to do. And there's a huge difference there. So for me, I know it sucks going 0 for 75. I know it sucks getting stood up. I know it sucks when people commit something to you and then don't do it. I live with that every week of my life, if not every day. And so that's nothing new. It's just how do you react? And when I get down to the feeling like in the, oh, this guy or that guy or whatever, I try to get out of that as quick as possible. And I try to always go back to the one thing I know that is constant and true, and that is control the things you can control. I can't control other people's responses. I can't control their show up rates. I can't control what they say. I can't control when they're being illogical and I'm trying to be logical. I can't control many things. What I can control is my choices and my decisions today. And if you are the president and CEO of Me Inc., which everyone on this call is, CEOs of Me Inc. don't sit around wallowing in misery and saying, oh, woe is me, woe is me. They find a way. And even the ball doesn't bounce my way most of the time. And yet, I don't know. I got some weird ability to just keep going and not say, oh, that sucks. And I'm going to sit here in misery for 8 hours because some guy let me down or whatever. I don't do that. So I just think we all have an opportunity today. I'm grateful for that opportunity. I think everyone on here can absolutely win if they're crystal clear on what their high leverage activities are. And if they just do that. If you knew there were 4 or 5 things that got you alone in the front door, imagine a week where you spend 35 to 40 hours only doing those 4 or 5 things and never doing anything else. Your pipeline would be so full, you wouldn't know what to do it. You'd be calling your executive team saying, I need more help. I need more assistance. Can you hire me a loan partner? That's what you'd be doing if you spent 35 to 40 hours only on high leverage activities and 0 minutes on low leverage activities. It's hard to do, but if you started inching towards that every week for the next 90 days, your life would be different 3 months from today. Because most people I know spend 80% of their time on low leverage activities, 20 or less percent on high leverage, and then tell me how tired they are at 5 o'clock or that they worked 60 hours. If you vacationed at the office 48 of those 60, that's not working 60, and that's what some people do. So I just think the bottom line is high leverage activities, more of them, low leverage activities, less of them. Be crystal clear on your mission, whatever it is. Remove distractions and learn how to focus and then execute. It's not like, oh my God, this guy went to Harvard. That is pretty simple stuff, you know? So anyway, that's what I was thinking about this morning.
Well, that's a lot to think about, Mr. Broughton.
I don't know.
Wonderful. Outstanding. Thank you, Kevin.